So we'll step up to the top of the mat with some purpose. Bring the feet together, unless, of course, feet together makes your lower back feel jammed up. Then, of course, you can put a little space between the feet. I always like a tiny bit of space between the ankles, and we do that not by moving the heels wide, but by rolling some weight to the pinky toe sides of the feet so the arches are awakened, the arches are lifted. We have 7 domes and arches in our beautiful, amazing divine architecture. We have the arches of the feet, the palms of the hands, the pelvic floor, the diaphragm under the armpits, the roof of the mouth and the crown of the head. Can you imagine all of those spaces lifted instead of dropping? See if that helps to energetically help you hold that upright position. Even though we feel our feet on the ground, the arches of the feet rise. We call it Pada Bandha. It's a lock. It's like an energy lift. And it's happening all throughout the body, up through the central channel, all the way into the crown of the head. And as we move, as we bend, as we twist, as we fold, all of the things, we hold those spaces. Not rigid, but buoyant. Can you imagine the difference between rigid and buoyant, right? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Reach the arms up overhead. It might even help you. The arms rising might help feel that lift internally. And then exhale, go ahead, forward fold. Fold right in. Let your head down. Even here, the arches of the feet, the pelvic floor, all of those spaces still have a little lift. Let's come up halfway, take a breath, look forward. And then fold again, exhale. And with a flat back, we'll rise all the way to standing. Lift the head and chest. Let's reach the arms all the way up, touch the palms, and then pull it to the heart. It's good, lots of people still coming in. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold again, exhale. And then rise all the way up. Good, hands to the heart. Let's do one more. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Just moving and breathing, concentrate. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold again, exhale. Rise with a flat back, all the way up, reach high. And then pull it to the heart. Moving on, inhale, arms reach. Let's hook our thumbs, spread the fingers wide and stretch over to the right. That's it. And then inhale, come on up. Let's switch the thumbs and take it over to the left. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let the arms go. Inhale again, we reach. Exhale and fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's go to plank pose. We'll step both feet back. Hold right there in your upper push-up position. Organize your body. Make sure your legs are straight behind you. And you can feel the heels push back and the head pull forward, and there's that buoyancy in the middle. Nothing feels heavy, not even the head. The crown of the head rises. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and lower down. Take it all the way to the belly. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing. All right. So another moment to feel the lifting. You can really feel it here in the pelvic floor. And there's a change in pressure in the crown of the head, the roof of the mouth, the diaphragm. Let's see if we can keep a dome-like shape under the armpits. Don't overstretch or flatten them out. Take one more breath here. And then look forward. Let's walk our feet back up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply as you exhale. Then bend your knees, sink your hips. We're gonna reach the arms. Chair pose, watch that knee. Come all the way to standing, all the way up. And then pull the hands right to the heart. Good, inhale again, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Then soften your knees so you can touch down onto the mat. And then take a big step back with your right foot. A big lunge with the right foot, root the right hand, and we'll twist open to the left side. Let's get up on our right fingertips and create even more dome-like shape in the palm of the hand. You can almost feel the suction cup-like feeling. There's lots of beautiful ways that we can use and play with our architecture. And so the way we root down with the feet, with that right hand, will help us access deeper into this pose. Twist a little more from the waist. When we twist, we want to keep the crown in line with the tail. And we want to turn from the middle. Keep pressing down in your left big toe so the knee doesn't splay open. One more breath. Use your exhale to twist a little deeper. Nice. And then the eyes go down, the hand goes down. Step back to plank. Hold there for a moment, organize. I know these holds build a little bit of heat. That's the purpose at the beginning of the practice. And then we bend the elbows, we come forward and down onto the belly. Good, inhale for cobra, a gentle baby back bend. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. All right, walk your hands back to your feet. We're gonna continue twisting. Walk your hands back to your feet. We end up at the back of the mat. Feet should be hip distance apart. Bend your knees 90 degrees. And then take the arms forward. That's it. Pull your hands into heart center. Counter twist. Left elbow inside left knee. See if you can create a lock there where the knee pushes in, the elbow pushes out. And also check in, can you get your hips a little lower and your heart a little higher? Now we can exalt the arms. Go ahead, reach open from the heart. We root the left hand down between the feet and reach the right arm high to the sky. And again, the more you find your anchors, the more you find your foundation, the more you can express the pose. So we turn from the waistline. Beautiful. Let's straighten the right leg. Just working our way into that hamstring. Right leg a little straighter. If it feels like your head is moving toward the right side of your mat, move it out more toward the center. Yes. And then turn and look down. Let your arm down. Release. We're going to roll up like a rag doll. So just kind of integrating the body. Using your muscles to organize your bones. Coming up slow and mindful. Good. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's walk forward, plank pose and lower. Finding your way through that vinyasa. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Let's just take one breath here, a big clearing breath. A big inhale, smooth and deep, and then a complete exhale. Take it out of the mouth. Okay, look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips for chair. We won't stay long. Push through both feet, push and then reach high. And then pull your hands right to your heart. So good. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, keep flowing, forward fold. Lift halfway. Let's soften the knees, touch down so the left leg can take that big lunge back. We step to the back of the mat, root the left hand down, and then twist open. And sometimes we have a tendency to open the chest and pull the head back, but think about crown and tail alignment. So we're not extending the spine, we're rotating, right? Crown and tail. And then there's strength that happens in the middle. We turn from the waist, we turn the heart up toward the sky. Back leg strong, sturdy, and supportive. Work into all 5 of those left toes. That's it. One more breath. Twist a little deeper on your exhale because you can. And then look down, put your hand down. We step back to plank. Lower nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. You're doing so well today. Downward facing dog, and then we walk our hands back to our feet. So take a little walk to the back of the mat. Sit into a half chair pose. Bending your knees, sinking your hips. Reach the arms forward, and then pull your hands to your heart. Let's put the right elbow inside the right knee. Feel the lock as they merge into each other and become one energy. And then we can exalt our arms, reaching the right hand down between the feet. Yeah, so just weight even in both feet, anchoring a little bit through the right hand. And then reach that left arm high and start exploring the straightening of the left leg. Just see how that feels. It's not our first forward fold, but this is probably the deepest stretch you've taken in your hamstring. So just be gentle with yourself. One more breath, twisting a little deeper on the exhalation. Yes. And then the eyes go down, the hand goes down. Soften your knees and roll yourself up. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, pull that belly in. Be kind in your movements. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold. Lift halfway. Let's look where we're going and then walk it out into that plank pose. Stay in plank right now and then roll onto your right side for Vashisthasana. That's your side plank. And we're going to lift that left arm high to the sky. Now see if you can tap into all those domes and arches. Use your architecture. All of the gifts that you are given. We lift and we become buoyant in the center. Pick up from the pelvic floor, the diaphragm. Yes. And then look down, put your hand down. Switch to the other side. Yep. And again, we work from the feet, we work from the hands, everything in your body, creating that upward energy, that lift. It comes from the inside. It's not the musculature on the outer body. Lift a little more from the center, and then release back into plank and lower. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing. Okay. Take another deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale it out. Just say ah. And then we'll just, with some grace, walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Bring your feet together and lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Go ahead, bend your knees, sink your hips. Here is your chair pose. The arms reach high, and then we push through our feet. Use the strength in your legs. Rise up, and then pull your hands into the heart center. Good. Right knee is going to rise into the chest. So just pull the right knee high. I'm just going to play a little bit with balance. Let's take the leg back and bring the head forward. Just see if you can extend and kick back a little bit through your heel. And then come back to standing, knee to belly. Focus and breathe. Do it again. Leg goes back. We fold parallel with the ground. It's just dynamic movement and balance. Not so easy. Come back to center, knee to belly. Last one. Go ahead. Take that leg back. Keep breathing. Right? Moving and balancing. And then we come to standing. Knee goes high, arms go high. Stay right there. See if you can reach a little higher. Pick up that knee just a little bit more. And then put your arms down at the same time your foot lands. Very good. Switch sides. Left leg comes up. Yeah, hands can be in prayer. Then we're just going to play with moving and balancing. Extend the leg back. And then pull it in, knee to belly. Yeah, keep lengthening your body. The crown pulls forward as the heel pushes back. And then we come back, we stand tall, lift up through the crown. You can feel all that central channel long in your body. This is the third one. Stay right here, knee goes higher, arms go high. Hold for just a moment. See if you can pick everything up just a little more. Pull up from the armpits, from the hands, from the feet, from the central line. And then we time it so there's grace. The foot goes down as the hands come down. All right, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, right foot steps. Let's stay on the left toes and come on up for high crescent lunge. So a different approach to the same thing. Hands come to heart center. We're going to lean forward into the right leg and start lifting the left leg behind. Now we got to bend the right knee and put the left foot back down. High crescent lunge, arms reach. Good, bring the hands to heart center. Lean forward into the right leg. Float the left one behind you. Soften the right knee. Step back on the left toes. Arms go up. Pull the hands to the heart. Here comes number 3. Lean in forward. Float that leg behind you. Yep, return to your lunge. Arms go up and hold. Let's open the arms out like a T and twist to the right. Water wheel. Okay. So in water wheel, we really want to use both legs well. You're on 5 toes of the left foot. The left leg is straight. If you're sitting heavy in the crease of your right hip, lean back a little bit. Yep, see if you can make space there. Yes, exactly. Hold your head high. Now we're going to exalt. The right arm is going to reach back for the left leg behind you, and the left bicep goes to the ear. Can you enhance your twist a little bit? Reach for your leg behind you. Turn the chest. You guys okay there? Are you okay there? Yeah? Reach like you mean it. Take another breath. And then we're going to make a big move. Left hand all the way to the ground. Once you root that hand down, can you twist a little deeper? Oh, I like it. Now, right palm forward. Let's reach the bicep over the ear. Lots going on here. Focus on the twist. Left side of the body turns under. Go this way. Yeah. There you go. Chest is yearning to shine up toward that sky. Yes, there it is. Let's lift the arm. Take the arm back up and then come to plank. Hand goes down, step back lightly, lower. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. So part of the magic of being able to hold our balance while we move dynamically is holding those domes and arches up. Holding the inner core, right? Holding the tone of our body and not letting things fall. Let's try it again. Left foot steps up, stay on the right toes. Come on up for high crescent lunge. We'll pull the hands into heart center and just keep it simple. Focus on the inner body work. Lean into your left leg. Let's float the right leg behind us. Steady, find it, don't rush. Left knee bends, right toes return to the mat, arms reach, take a breath. Exhale, hands to heart, lean forward, come into balance. Soften the left knee, step back on the right toes, inhale, arms reach high. Pull it to heart center, again leaning into the left, floating the right behind you. So good, everybody. Return to your lunge. Arms reach and hold. We'll take them open like a T and twist to the left side this time. Yeah, really nice. And again, if it feels like you're sitting in the crease of your left hip, just reach more with your left arm. Straighten your spine. And then we exalt. The left arm reaches for the right leg behind you. Keep twisting your chest out to the left. There's a lot of things going on here. Root the feet down and into the mat. Squeeze the legs a little bit into your hip sockets. Now see if you can access more twist. Reaching in both directions. Now slow and graceful. Right hand finds its way down to the mat. Nice, Michelle. Twist open. We use our roots. We use our bandhas, right? We create and execute spaciousness in the poses. Lightness. Lift. Right leg strong. Pelvic floor lifted. Twist a little more from your waist. And then we'll take the bicep over the ear. That's it. If it feels like there's any kind of collapse, I want you to push down into the right hand so you lift a little more. Straighten the back leg, lift a little more. Now twist the waistline, yes. You can even look all the way out to your left hand. Yes, keep making space, keep reaching. As your arm reaches overhead, your heel pushes back. Yeah, arm goes up. Let's look down and place the hand down. Step into plank. Inhale for cobra. Yes, lower. You guys are so good, listening to every cue. Find your way back to downward facing dog. I imagine that some of you are doing this practice from home today because you weren't sure about the weather. How is the grass, by the way? Is it mushy? Is it wet? You guys are okay? Yeah? All right. Right foot step, stay on your left toes. It's high crescent. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. And then stay really high on the back toes, but start straightening the right leg. Straighten both legs. Balancing on the back toes, so the heel is high on the back foot. And we feel ourselves lifting. Go ahead and start reaching the arms up. Yeah, I'm going to challenge you a little bit. So you got to really feel both feet doing their job. Both legs straight as you can make them. Now square your hips a tiny bit. That means right hip back, left hip forward. And then start sweeping your arms behind you. And then fold halfway. Keep reaching the arms a little higher than your body. There's some hamstring going on there, yeah? Is the front leg still straight? As the arms reach back, the collarbones widen and reach forward. I'm challenging your balance a little bit. Slowly, slowly, come on up. Arms sweep. Reestablish your lunge. Bend the front knee. Let's bring the hands to heart center as we did before. Lean into the front leg. Float the back leg behind you. And then please come to standing. Feet together. Beautiful. Inhale. Arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Go to plank and lower on the out-breath. Move through your vinyasa. Wipe that slate clean. Inhale through cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, left foot steps. Stay on your right toes. Arms sweep up just to find yourself in that high crescent. And then pull your hands to heart center. Both legs straighten. That's challenging, I know. It's like one of those places where you have to really work your 5 toes behind you. Working that front leg a little straighter. Both legs straight here. No lunge. Yeah, it's interesting, right? And there's this upward energy in the legs. Keep lifting from the knees. Keep lifting from the quads. Now lift the pelvic floor and start lifting through the side waist. Take your arms up high. Energy going upward. I want you to feel the lift. Starts in your feet. It goes through all the domes and the arches. Take it up, take it up, take it up. So, so good. Now, sweep the arms behind you, fold halfway. See if you can maintain your balance. Legs are pushing back as the heart reaches forward. Both legs straight. And if it means that your hamstring is super tight, don't fold so far, but keep the legs sturdy. And then the arms sweep back up and you reestablish your lunge. Bend that front knee. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's lean into the front leg, even though it says don't do it, right? Lean forward, hold for just a moment, and then bring your feet together for Tadasana. So good. Arms reach. Inhale. Let's flow that out. Forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. We go to plank and lower on the exhale. I just realized that this playlist is probably going to get flagged. We're going to get silenced on Facebook. I usually play all my yoga friend music. Today I was like playing something a little more groovy and not probably licensed music. It's okay. All right. Push back just a little bit. And then we're going to walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Okay. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Just keep your legs alive. Then push through those feet. Come all the way up. And our hands come to the heart. We're going to come into Warrior Two. So soften your knees. And with your left leg, take a really big step toward the back of your mat. We're going to turn our bodies to the left side and open the arms out wide like a T. Yep, you got it. All right, so there's a focus here. We look at the middle finger of the right hand. And I want you to feel the lift under the palms of the hands, the lift under the armpits. The foundation of your poses look really good here. I feel like you've got the energy of the bottom of the body. Let's start working a little bit more from the middle and the upper body. See if you can keep the buoyancy in the lift. Hold your head up. Some of you have your head cocked forward or tilting to the side. Think about balancing the crown right over your tail. Amazing. Let's drop the left arm down. Reach the right arm up. Exalt. Yeah, now as soon as we started all that upward energy, you guys started straightening the front leg. Let's play with that. Go ahead, straighten the front leg all the way out. Reach up even higher. Now can you keep all that upward energy but then reestablish the lunge? Bend the knee. Go as deep as you can. Keep it open wide. That's it. There's a down and an up. They're matching. They're merging. Take one more breath here. And then return to your Warrior Two. Good. Go ahead and place the right forearm onto the right thigh. Take the left bicep over the ear. See if you can feel the push into the left foot and the reach of the left arm. And the whole time, draw the tailbone down and open your chest. Yeah, this is beautiful. Extended side angle pose. A lot of variation here. I'm going to leave you in it for a few breaths. You can stay where you are, or if you have another expression, it's free time, yogi choice moment. Some of you like to bind or float. Some of you want to stay where you are. Some of you want to sink and put the hand down inside the right foot. So I'll give you a moment to express that any way that feels really good. And whatever we do with integrity. We do with that same lift from the inner body, right? We're still looking for that same work on the domes and arches. Now, wherever you are, we're going to come back to Warrior Two, gracefully, mindfully. Yes. Go ahead, take a flow. Both hands come down. Step back to plank. Feel how that neutralizes everything. Then lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in. Open your mouth. Let out a little sigh. Oh, I didn't hear you. Take a deep breath in. Let out a little sigh. That's a little better. And then we'll walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Let's come into chair pose just for one breath. Keeping the legs alive, push through the feet. Let's come on up. And then the hands come to the heart. We're going to find our way now into Warrior Two on the other side. So the knees soften, the right leg takes that big step toward the back of the mat. Turn open to the right, open your arms like a T. See if when we're wide open, we can still maintain the lift. You can feel it. It's under the arches of the feet, the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, the roof of the mouth, the armpits, the palms. Right? There's something under the arms helping hold and lift you. Creating space. Hold the crown of the head up high. Maybe the tailbone down a little bit and the chest up a little bit. That's it. Go ahead, reverse your warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Just enjoy the space. We keep expanding, we keep breathing. And then see what it feels like to straighten the left leg. It's crazy. Everything goes up. You gotta keep your feet on the ground. You gotta keep your head in it, right? Keep breathing. Now, reestablish that lunge. Bend that left knee. Go a little deeper than you were before. You're still in reverse. You're still in reverse. But you're reaching up and you're coming down at the same time. Lifting up out of the belly, reaching to the sky. And then find your way back to warrior two. Good. Straighten your leg for a moment just to release it. You're welcome. And then side angle. Bend the knee, take the forearm onto the rest. Rest on the thigh, on the top of the leg. And we're going to bring that bicep over the ear. So we're creating a really beautiful straight line from the edge of the right foot all the way through the right side body to the fingertips. And just like on the other side, I gave you a little bit of time to play. If you don't really know any other variations, stay where you are and keep refining your work. If you have something your body's asking for, do it. Maybe you reach down to the mat, maybe you bind, maybe it's a half bind, or you float and engage your core. There's nothing wrong or bad, and there's nothing good or better. It's just the way you're expressing yourself in your body in this moment. This is not a competitive sport or a performance art. It's a spiritual practice. So allow yourself to just be who you are. And then wherever you decided to go, we're going to find our way back to warrior two. Ooh, come on up. And then go ahead, take your flow. Hands come down first. Step into plank. Feel it. Enjoy the flow. Take it down slow. Inhale. Cobra. And then exhale, downward facing. Okay, we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat again and open the feet a little wide, coming into Malasana. That's a nice wide squat at the back of the mat. Toes are turned out. Sometimes we do it on the toes, sometimes we do it on flat feet. The wider your stance, the more likely you are to be able to get your feet down. But if you have a compressive force in the ankles, like if the bones don't go that way, you're never going to be able to do it on your flat feet. So it doesn't matter, right? What really matters here are our domes and arches. Like how can we get ourselves to lift a little bit, right? From the center, up through the main channel of the body. Can you hold your head up? Can you make your hips not feel as heavy? Can we root down a little more through the feet so that the pose isn't sinking, but instead we feel it rising? Yeah, there's a lot going on here. You turn your hands to the mat and then bottoms up. Go ahead, straighten your legs. Let your head down and recover. Air out the back of the knees and breathe. Okay. How we doing? You okay? Oh, I got a woo! Yeah, we got a woo in the back. All right, slowly roll yourself up to standing. Inhale, both arms reach. Play with me here. We're going to take our arms in front of us. Pretend that you're in plank, but you're upright, right? The hands are in front. They're pushing forward. Flex the wrist, push forward with the palms of your hands, and see if you can get your hands the same height as your shoulders. Okay, right knee is going to lift off the ground. Can you get the right knee up to the right elbow without lowering the right arm? I know all the tricks. That works, right? But we want to go here. We want to pick it up from inside. I know you have that tone inside. You just have to find it. It's in the pelvic floor. It's behind the knee. It's in the hip flexor. It's in your obliques. Use your body. Get the leg to come a little higher. Keep pushing with your hands. Pushing with your hands. It would be like if you were in plank and you were trying to pull the knee to the elbow. Now, if you push down with your left leg, you might even get a little bit more. A little bit more lift. And then put it down. Have a sense of humor. Why is that so hard standing? We do it all the time when we're face down, right? Let's do the other side. Push forward. Left leg rises. It helps if you flex the left foot, because getting that arch of the foot in it actually helps. There's buoyancy in all of them. The bottom foot and the foot in the air. The pelvic floor, the diaphragm, the arches of the armpits, the domes of the hands. Feel all of them working. Pull up through the crown of your head. Come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You can do it. Touch it, touch it, touch it. And then put it down. Okay. We got this. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen. Fold again. Let's go ahead and squat back down. This time, squat with your feet together. So maybe a little bunny hop into the center of the mat. Do this one on your toes. We're going to keep the feet together, but open the knees wide. So the feet are together, the knees are wide, hands come to prayer. Okay. 10 toes. All 10 of those little toes under you are working for you. They are your friends. I want you to keep them grounded, even the pinky toes. And then I want you to find the lift in your pelvic floor and pick your hips up off your heels. Just a little. Yeah, you guys feel that? That's called buoyancy. That is flight. It runs all the way up to the crown of your head. You feel that inside? Yes, you are making yourself fly right now. Hold it up for just one more breath. And then go ahead, put the hips back down. You feel how heavy you can be in gravity? Yeah, and then put your hands down and forward fold. Bottoms up, release your knees, recover for a moment. Okay. So I think we have one more little squat in us. Go ahead. Feet together, come on down, knees open wide. Some of you can guess where we're going. Somebody's upset over there. What's happening? We're going to put our hands down, and then we're going to put our knees on our arms just above the elbows, called Bakasana. So we're on our hands, our knees are above our elbows. Now you got to squeeze the knees into the arms and the arms out into the knees. You got to make that lock. We did it when we were twisting. We did it in a lot of different places today. Don't be afraid to lean forward. Look forward. Don't look at your feet. Look at the front of your mat. And then lean a little more forward and see if you can get your right foot to lift off the ground. And see if you can get your left foot to lift off the ground. It's all happening as you pull up from the pelvic floor and you start to fly. I'm going to give you a moment to play with that. Both feet can actually come off the ground. The biggest reason why most people can't do this pose is because you're afraid to come forward. And you're missing it by 1/4 of an inch. Like if you would just let a little weight get into the fingers and the nail beds. If you let a little bit of weight go forward into the front of your hand, you will actually be able to float your bottom and your feet behind you. You got to think about this like an old-fashioned scale. The hips and the legs are going to weigh more than your head and your arms, right? So you got to put a little bit of the weight forward to balance and make the ability for the lower body to rise. Yeah, try it one more time. I see some of you so close. Yeah, and that's it. You okay, Cherie? She fell. You okay, honey? Yeah? Let me see. Okay. Yeah. That's how we learn. That's how we try. Yeah? I think we all give a little love right here for Cherie for trying, yeah? She went forward. She conquered her fear. It didn't work out fully today, but you gotta keep having that attitude. Yeah, it's okay. That just happens sometimes. Let's come into a forward fold. Yeah, roll it up nice and slow. You okay? You look like you're okay. Yeah. Arms up, inhale, let's clear it out. Exhale, forward fold. I think we're at the back of the mat, so wherever you are, let's just come into plank, whether you're walking forward or walking back. And we'll take that last flow. Lower down nice and slow. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, come into a seated position, and that can be Virasana or Sukhasana. So we can sit on our heels or just bring the feet forward and sit in simple crossed legs. All right. You know, we have two musics playing. I've spoken to the city about it, and next week that won't be there anymore. Yeah, it is actually a lovely thing that they have jazz music playing all the time in the park, so if you do come to have a picnic, it's like the city is trying to do something wonderful and trying to accommodate us at the same time, so they're going to time it so it doesn't turn on until after 10. Yeah. Communication is the key to every relationship, you know? So let's just see if we can just sit in it, right? Just abide in all of it. Know that everything is done with the best of intention. Let's just hold our heads up and open our hearts a little bit and feel that pulsation of life moving through your body. Every single breath we take is a miracle. Every process that happens inside of us is miraculous. The fact that we have domes and arches, that we have this amazing architecture, we have these 12 systems of the body that are at work all the time without us having to think about it or control it. What we really need to do is take care of it and honor it. Make sure that we eat and nourish well, that we sleep well, that we move and breathe on a regular basis, and cherish this life and this one body that we get to go around in at this time. And that relationship, that communication is happening all the time between the body and the mind and the mind and the body. They say it's close to almost 80% of our communication is going body to mind. And of course it goes mind to body. I'm not sure how much time we think about tending to that relationship. But maybe just right now, today, in this moment, you give that consideration. Who's talking to who? Who's listening? We have the ability to create safe and healthy boundaries for ourselves with our own communication and our own relationships. Our internal world is, I was going to say, just as important as our outer world, but I've come to believe the inner world is actually almost more important because it's how we reflect and how we show up in the outer world. So be the brave, be the bold and the courageous Go inside. Take a look at who you are and how you are. Take a look at how you care for this beautiful body. Let's go ahead and take a nice long, deep breath in and an open mouth, complete exhale out. And then we'll take our legs out in front of us. Bend your knees, put your feet on the ground for a moment, but reach your arms forward. We're going to come into Navasana. We're coming to boat pose. So you're going to lean back just a little. And as you float your feet up off the ground, just touch them together. Toes, ankles, knees, touching. Knees are the hard one. Like you have one leg. Toes, ankles, knees, touching. Doesn't matter how high your legs go. You can straighten the legs or you can keep them bent. And I want you to feel that inner work, right? Up through the central channel. Toes, knees, ankles touching, belly drawn in, crown of the head rising, shoulder blades back, chest high. And right around now is when you start to get to that point where you're like, why is she still talking? Right? Well, I am still talking because we have more work to do. Open your arms out like a T. See if as you open wide, can you still hold the strength in the central core? Can you turn the palms up and reach your biceps over your ear? Yes, you can. Sit up taller, lift your chest. And then the same way we came in, we go out, the arms open. And then we reach forward. Very gently put your feet back on the mat. And then round your head forward. Stay in that rounded position and roll yourself down onto your back. Just lay down onto your back. Okay. Put your feet together, let your knees drop open. Soften the belly. No more lifting in the domes and arches. Actually feel the softening of them. Relax your arms, relax your legs, relax your hands and your feet. We will hold the form just simply because it is, but not because we have to lift it. There's no more force of gravity pulling down on our structure. Take another breath. Complete breath out. And then the knees close up. Let's pull the knees into the belly. It'll probably feel good. We haven't even done one child's pose. We did a little squatting, but this would probably feel good if you want to rock a little bit. Squeeze in really tight. Lift your head to your knees. And then we'll open the knees a little wider and reach for the ankles. Just touching happy baby pose. Working with gravity now in the other direction. Let the weight of the legs feel heavy. Let them move toward the earth. The feet are up toward the sky, but the knees are dropping down toward the mat. So the more you bend your knees, the lower the legs come, the easier it'll be on your hamstrings. Let's take one more breath here. And then let go of your feet. Let's bring the legs together and take a twist over to the right side. Just again releasing any tension. Loving gestures for the body. Unwinding. No more squeezing on the exhalations, just softening with every breath you take. Enjoy one more breath here, and then find your way over to the other side. again, softening with every breath. And then we'll find our way back to the center. Knees come in. If you want to give yourself one more squeeze, go right ahead. And then we'll release everything. Let your arms go, let your legs go. Lay yourself out on the mat, nice and flat. Let's remember our compassion. No irritation or frustration about the sounds around us. Maybe compassion about and gratitude about who they're rushing to go see, the family of that person. Gratitude to the rescue workers, the first responders that will be there for you. God forbid you ever need them. And so we just kind of hear the hum of traffic and we start to awaken. And see if you can just take note of the peace that lives within you. One breath at a time, one little movement at a time. You can start to pull yourself together and come to seated. I know it won't be fully quiet, but at least we'll only have one music. And so for one last moment, we sit together. Go ahead, take a look around. Do you realize you're next to the same person week in and week out? You see the same faces. Do you know each other's names? Some of you do, I know. Some of you make a real effort. Some of you actually hang out outside of here now. There's all kinds of amazing relationships that have developed from being here every Saturday. But if there's someone around you that's new, someone you haven't seen before you leave today, introduce yourself. Feel free always to come up and introduce yourself to me. Sometimes you feel really close to me and sometimes you feel far away, right? So a hug, a look in the eye, it's just like a really nice way to be, right? In community. And so we sit up tall to finish our practice. We hold ourselves with reverence for the body and the mind and the relationship. We acknowledge our ability, our divine architecture. We hold ourselves in such a way that we are worthy of this life, right? And go ahead, bring your hands together at the heart. And together we'll close with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Breathe in with me. Om Shanti 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 Hi. Om Peace Peace Perfect Peace. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all, so that we may all know a time where we feel and we know peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.